Hey, welcome to a brand new edition of The Rundown with Ramon. My name is Ramon Ray, the celebrity CEO. In today's episode, we're going to talk all about how you can produce your first event, get sponsors for your first event, and more on The Rundown with Ramon. I'm so glad you're here today. As we said, topics of today include how do you get sponsorship for your event, 5 great press release quotes and how to write them, mastering public affairs. We're going to talk about PR in your business as Seth Godin always brings it, the new reality of old media, how you can create an amazing social media content strategy, what is an audience profile and how to build one from our friends at HubSpot. We're going to talk about from Zone of Genius, frustration, it's your stop sign. No, it's not. It's your growth signal, and 6 ways to launch your book on a budget. My name is Ramon Ray, the celebrity CEO. Get to know me better at celebritysceo.com. Let me know I can help you speak at your next event, host your next event, and more that we do to help you grow your business, especially with the power of personal branding. Welcome to a brand new day. This is The Rundown with Ramon. Grateful to all of our listeners, watchers, and viewers who said yes. We'll join Ramon on The Rundown with Ramon. Glad you're here today. So with that, let's get into the show. We got a lot to cover today, all about events, event sponsorship, and so much more. Glad you're here. Go tag a friend, tell a friend, DM a friend. Let them know you're watching The Rundown with Ramon, and they should too. Let's get with it right now. I want to start by telling you a story. In 2005, I had an idea to create an event. Wasn't sure exactly what I wanted to do, but I knew I wanted to get on stage. I know I love that feeling of being on stage. And I wanted to do an event. I called it the Small Business Summit. At that time, I had the publication company, smallbiztechnology.com, and I had the publication, hey, Alexandra Nicole, glad you're here today on The Rundown with Ramon, smallbiztechnology.com. So me and a friend, we got together. Her name is Marion Banger, an amazing woman who I partnered with for many, many years. And we produced a series of events called the Small Business Summit in New York City with 200, 300, 400 people at each event. Eventually, I sold that business to another event production company back in the day several years ago. So I know what it's like to produce an event, to cater food for an event, to hire staff for an event, to put up the staging and lighting and all those kind of things for events. I do a lot of it for my church, but I know what it takes to do an event from top to bottom. This is my expertise. And of course, big shout out to my friend Liz Caruso, Texie Talks, who is the producer, event manager for many of my events and partnered with me to do the events. But producing an event takes a few things. It takes the audience. You need attendees to come, whether that be an attendee of 10 or attendees of 500. So that means you have to have a marketing plan, and we can get to the details of marketing in other episodes of The Rundown with Ramon, because I am the celebrity CEO, all about building a personal brand for your business. So it takes to get an audience. You need to have people speak. You need some programmatic aspect of an event. How does the event flow? Who speaks? Who doesn't speak? Who adds value to the event? Who doesn't add value to the event? What should be a panel? What should not be a panel? How can you fit things in to have your event flow well? Whether it's a 4-hour event, a full day event, or a 3-day massive experience, the event must flow and be strung together properly. Of course, you need event staff to help you do the event and organize it, make it happen well. So you have your event staff. You don't have to have, but it's good to have event signage of even the simplest signage. It just looks good, giving people some sense of direction of where they're at. Of course, the logistics. Are you having audio? Are you having video? Somebody going to record it or not? Do you have microphones or not? Staging, lighting, things of that nature, flowers on the stage or not? Are you feeding people? If I didn't mention that, catering of some sort going to happen, the staff that you may need. So event takes a few 4 or 5 different tentacles of success, badges or not, that make it happen. But one of the questions people ask me is oftentimes, Ramon, how do I get sponsors for my event? And I'll tell you, it's not easy. I've had many sponsors at my events, but it takes a lot of hard work. And the number one thing that people get wrong as they're doing events is they don't leave enough time. It's not too early even to plan an event a year ahead, putting the stake in the ground, at least a proverbial date, at least proverbial where you may want to have it at, and start to plan for it, start to get sponsors for it, start to get ahead of the game on an event that you're going to do. Number 2, leaving enough time to do it, having early enough time to do it, building relationships with those who might be able to sponsor the event. And one mistake I see people talk about quite a bit is, hey, can you help me out? Can you fund my event? Hey, I can't afford the pizza. Can you pay for the pizza? That sounds like you're asking for charity or a handout, and your event should not be that way, in my humble opinion. The event you're doing should stand on its own, and you should say, hey, we're having an event with your perfect type of audience. Would you like to sponsor it, Deanna Lammerts? Happy day to you, Deanna. Glad you're here today on the Rundown with Ramon. So as you're seeking out sponsors, you want to find sponsors who have a direct tie to what you're doing. You have an event for high-powered women executives? Maybe it's golfing sponsor, a high-end car sponsor. Maybe not. Maybe you have an event for creators, and you're talking to your sponsors and saying, hey, we're having thousands of creators in the room. Why don't you come to our event, and they can possibly use your platform in the future? So tie your event, the programming, and the attendees, more importantly, to the sponsor. Number 3 is you build that relationship, DM them on LinkedIn, build a relationship somehow, and maybe ask the question, do you even sponsor events? Would you be interested in being in front of 200, 300, 500, 600, 1,000, or 10 business owners? Would you be interested, Deborah Williams? Good day to you, Deborah. Glad you're here today. Asking the sponsor, what's important to them? Do they want to be on stage? Do they want an exhibit? Do they want tickets for their team to come and network? Do they want tickets for their customers to come and learn so they can have some goodwill? What's the purpose of their sponsorship? How would it be meaningful to them? This is the key, and it's a numbers game as well. My coach Lamar Tyler says his success is not because per se he's successful. He is, but he talks about the concept of no. It's more he's swung at the ball more times than others, and so he's had some more success. And the more you swing at the proverbial ball, the more better you get at hitting it. And then people look back, oh, you're so successful. Yes, I am, but that success is first all. I've just swung more often. Hey, Gary Jackson, glad you're here, man. Good to see you here. Wonderful. I hope all that you're doing in your world is going well, Gary. Thanks for showing up and being here. So this is the secret to event sponsorship. Don't forget the creativity and the branding as well. Many people put events together and they don't look quality. They don't look good. If you're going for a high tier, a properly branded sponsor like a PayPal, AT&T, Verizon, Dell, companies like that, then you need to work with them to have your event look what deserves that their brand can be a part of. They don't want to be at some janky, ratchy, slanky, banky type of event. They want to be at a proper, esteemed event that matches with their brand ethos at the very least. Not even withstanding, is it the right fit for their brand? So many people talk about, I want to do an event, I want sponsors. You have not earned the right to get a proper event sponsorship for your event. You haven't earned the right. And this is what it takes to do event sponsorships. I've done event sponsorships, $5,000, $25,000, $50,000. I've sold $100,000 sponsorship. But you can't sell a sponsorship if you don't have the right thing you're offering to the client. Everybody, if you just joined, my name is Ramon Ray. This is the Rundown with Ramon. I am the Celebrity CEO. Glad you're here today, helping you learn all the things to help you build your better business or help you live your best life. Thank you, Alexandra Nicole, for validating that. She's saying, yeah, Ramon, amen, and yes, you are right. This is the key, the secret, quote unquote, as it were, to getting event sponsorships. Ding, 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 ding. Our friends at Eventia, EVENTTIA, talk about this, how to get sponsorships for your event. Echoing this, I did all this. I didn't read anything. I didn't read a script. It's in my soul. I know what I'm talking about. How to define sponsorship criteria for your event. How to identify ideal sponsors for your event. How to research target companies. How to convince target sponsors to sponsor your event with an effective proposal. Some of the things Eventia says, focus on how you can provide value. Don't be afraid to ask and negotiate. Data is everything. Timing is everything. Offer options. Understand your event in and out. Identify why sponsors may want to sponsor your event. Identify the criteria of your ideal sponsors and identify and research target companies. Identify key decision makers. Prepare your valuable data. Preparing sponsorship packages is important. I prepared many of them. Tiered packages, design your tier levels, the required number of sponsors you need at each level, What are the benefits at each level? If it's a $5,000 level, what's the difference between a $50,000 sponsorship level? Can it be customized for different sponsors depending on what they want? I've done that many times. Emily Nicole, good day to you, Emily. Glad you're here. Good day to you, Eric. Glad you're here today. Dina Lemmert says here, so true. It's also bad PR if someone sponsors an event that prioritizes quantity above quality. Absolutely. Both are so important. You can have 5,000 people at the event, but the event's kind of not so well. Leaves a bad taste in sponsors' brands' mouths. And if the event has 2 people at it, but it's the dopest, amazingest looking event, that's not good too, because numbers do matter. Everybody, if you've just joined, my name is Ramon Ray, the Celebrity CEO. Get to know me better at CelebrityCEO.com. Make sure you download our free Celebrity CEO Blueprint. Check me out to keynote your next event, motivational speaker I am, and more. And you can see all those things at CelebrityCEO.com. So that's talking about sponsorship. I hope that was helpful for you today. Ding, 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 ding. Welcome to a brand new day on the Rundown with Ramon. Up next, we're going to touch on press releases. The power of a press release is important, and more 5 great press release quotes. It's not just the most press releases get it horribly wrong. It's they don't kind of make it properly. A press release has a certain key elements to it. And let's talk about what is a press release. It's kind of a dated tool, but I do find that press releases are good in this modern age. If for one thing, when you send a press release through a PR service, your brand, your image, your name, your content does get that headline on a variety of distribution platforms. And when somebody's searching on that possibly in the future, you get to be seen. But having that quote in a press release, having that nugget that people can look at is important. One tip here from our friends at Presley says, do not format your quote as an image. If you want to make a lovely, inspirational quote, don't make it as an image, but put it as text, because then SEO can pick that up and it becomes searchable. But our friends at Presley asked this question, do you even really need a quote? Do you even really need a quote? You may not need that in your press release. Some of the do's and don'ts of writing a press release are think about how the media might use your quote. How might your quote be used by the media? Mention your brand name, but don't go overboard. Remember, it's a press release, not an advertisement. There is a difference. Use your press release quote to add personality, not just parrot information. Be less delighted about everything. Everything is cheerful, thrill, the best. It's too much, people. And a few good principles to go by, again, reading this from our friends at Presley. Keep things short, supply a short, punchy quote, include emotion, waffle on for sentences without actually saying very much. Don't do that. Don't use the same language that you see in 99% of half-baked quotes floating around the internet. Press releases can be very effective, but you got to know how to do it well. Sound like you're a human is tip 1. Show how your story is relevant now. Attribute your press release quote to a name people might even recognize. Have a sound bite in your quote that can be used. Use your quote to manage the risk of mass hysteria. Press releases do work, but you got to make sure your press release works for you. Again, everybody, my name is Ramon Ray. This is the Rundown with Ramon, welcoming LaShawn from Niagara Falls, New York. Glad you're here today, LaShawn Johnson. Thanks for joining us and being here today on the Rundown with Ramon. My name is Ramon Ray, the Celebrity CEO. Started 5 companies, sold 3 companies, authored 5 books. Latest one is called The Celebrity CEO. And glad to have you here on the Rundown with Ramon. We help you live your best life or start or grow your business. Ding, 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 ding. Push it on here. Talk today about mastering public affairs for niche issues. Interesting insight from 5WPR. Everything is not broad and for everyone. Some things take a smaller index approach. You might have a very niche industry that's not for the billions and billions of people. It's not for the masses like vehicles or healthcare or even home buying. It's maybe for a smaller industry. Maybe there's a special sickness going around, a special segment of a certain type of cancer that's there. Maybe it's a certain type of part on a certain type of vehicle that your company focuses on. You can get publicity for that as well. And here's the rub. Here's the thing, stealing a book from what Seth Godin would probably say. Find the community, find the people around the place that you're most caring about. Find that community, find those people, and hone in on them, Julie Riga. Good day to you. Glad you're here, Julie Riga, here on the Rundown with Ramon. Welcome and thanks for joining us. Find the community, find the people that care about the issue that you care about, and hone in and find them. Because once you hone in and find them, you'll find the world opens up, and you'll find there's more people than you think in what you thought was so small and so niche. It's actually bigger than you thought. My name is Ramon Ray, everybody, and you know this is the Rundown with Ramon. Ding, 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 ding. Don't self-promote. Do this instead. Says a quote here. But I do firmly believe in the power of self-promotion. I think it can be an important asset for us and for our businesses. But when you self-promote and do it a bit too much, it may not be so good. And some people might think you're a bit arrogant. But I do believe in the power of self-promotion if done well. Because who's the biggest cheerleader for you, Emily? Who's the biggest cheerleader for you, LaShawn? Who's the biggest cheerleader for you, Julie? Who's the biggest for you, Eric, Deanna, Alexandria? Who's the biggest cheerleader for you, Deborah? Who's the biggest cheerleader? It's most likely yourself. So I think it's okay to promote and cheer and champion yourself, but you don't have to do it in an arrogant manner. Ding, 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 ding. Seth Godin talks about the new reality of old media. He says cable TV was a perfect storm. The number of channels that needed old movies and TV series to fill airtime almost exactly matched the number of worthwhile shows that were available, which meant that A Wonderful Life, The Wizard of Oz, Seinfeld, and MASH could be cornerstone to the culture for decades, not simply a few weeks or months. These are shows all of us who are a bit older know, because that's all that we had. Those are the popular shows of the day. A fan could reasonably expect to see them all. Two things have changed for books, music, and visual media. Shelf space and broadcast schedules disappeared. There's room for everything all the time. The cost of creating and publishing work in any of these media has dropped to zero. When anyone can make a video or a song, anyone will. Everyone's a publisher. Everyone can produce content, and everyone has a distribution channel. The long tail keeps getting longer, which is fine, except it undermines our expectation that the culture has a center, that the people you're with have seen and read what you've seen and read. Most often they haven't. And it shifts the economics as well. Assets aren't worth what they used to be, and the focus of attention is erratic and unpredictable. Better is elusive. More is not in short supply, and it's even more of a guessing game than it used to be. Let me repeat that from Seth Godin. Better is elusive. More is not in short supply, and it's even more of a guessing game than it used to be. We don't really know what the population, what the market segment wants at a grand scale. There's no more MASH or Seinfeld or popular things that everybody sees. Even saying a name like Mr. Beast, which have billions and billions and billions of views, everybody doesn't know Mr. Beast. We may have heard even his name, maybe some have, but how many have watched any of his channels, any of his video? So think to yourself, that's an opportunity for you, Alexandria. That's an opportunity for you, LaShawn, to find out where your market is. Alexandra Nicole, my default co-host, says ourselves. I just spoke on this yesterday in the power of self-perception in business. The power of self-perception in business is powerful. Alexandra, you're talking about my little riff on self-promotion. You don't want to talk about yourself arrogantly and look at me, I'm all that in a bag of chips. No, that's arrogance. But self-promotion, getting yourself out there and saying, hey, here's why I'm credible. Here's why I can help you. Here's why you may want to listen to me is an asset and is important. Everybody, my name is Ramon Ray. This is the Rundown with Ramon. I am the celebrity CEO. Why do people call me the celebrity CEO? I've written a book called Celebrity CEO. I've been in the New York Times, Wall Street Journal, Fox Business, MSNBC, and more. And I built my personal brand. Been on stages all over the world. Gary Vaynerchuk has asked me to host VCon. Seth Godin has asked me to work on him with a project or two. So this is why I am the Celebrity CEO, encouraging you, admonishing you, encouraging each and every one of you today that you have the opportunity to be the Celebrity CEO of your own brand. You don't have to be hidden. You don't deserve to be hidden. You deserve to have your light shine and let people know that you have a solution for their needs. Again, welcome to the Rundown with Ramon, an eclectic mix of business and life topics to help you get to the next level. Ding, 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 ding. Creating an amazing social media content strategy is important. Social media is important. Our friends at Small Biz Trends talk about it. So what is content strategy for social media? A social media content strategy is a plan that encompasses the creation, publication, and governance of useful and usable content. It's a strategy. Are you just willy-nilly pulling content out there, or do you have a strategy for success that can get you to the next level? Our friends at smallbiztrends.com talk about set clear objectives, create an audit of what you're doing, what you should be doing, what works, and what doesn't work. Create a content calendar, develop engaging content, leverage multimedia content, implement engagement strategies, monitor and analyze performance, iterate and refine the strategy. Are you setting clear objectives for what you're trying to do on social media? Are you understanding who your audience is, who you're serving, and what they want? Are you using the right platforms? Maybe you should not be using YouTube. Maybe you should not be using Pinterest. Maybe, in fact, you should be using TikTok. I don't know. But a proper social media strategy is indeed a strategy, and it takes time, it takes discipline, it takes a measure of intentionality. Thank you so much, Emily. Appreciate you. Glad you're here today. This is good. Dropping nuggets after nugget. Appreciate it. Justin Conoco is here. My brother from another mother, real estate advisor extraordinaire. Justin Conoco, so glad you're here in the Rundown with Ramon. Made my heart pitter patter and smile, brother. God bless. Love you. Appreciate you. Emily's affirming this and saying content is a must. Yes, you can do word of mouth marketing. Yes, you can do advertising. Yes, you can do a variety of things, but this aspect of digital content, lowest hanging fruit. We are all scrolling for something on our phones. And when you produce content that resonates with what I need, resonates with a solution to the problem I have, I will pause, I will look, and I will start to pay attention. This is the power of being the Celebrity CEO. 3 simple iterations, 3 simple pillars. Get attention, build trust, make sales. That's it. And if you can do that over and over and over again in a repeatable and a scalable fashion, you will succeed in business. Everybody, if you just joined, my name is Ramon Ray. This is the Rundown with Ramon. I am the Celebrity CEO, helping you live your best life or start or grow your business. Ding, 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 ding. Next up, let's get a little different here. Audience profiles. Do you know who your audience is, and do you know how to build them? Our friends at HubSpot talk about that. What is an audience profile? An audience profile details important information related to a hypothetical but representative buyer you've decided to target for a specific marketing or advertising campaign. Do you know your target market? HubSpot talks about that. I'm reading it here. Who is the market that we serve at CelebrityCEO.com? Well, we know that market pretty well. One audience are people, a lot of people who come from score.org. These are very small business owners. Many of them have part-time businesses, side hustle businesses, trying to get to $100,000 a year. Solo entrepreneurs fully. That's one segment of who we are, and they get a lot of our free content. There's then those who are like, Ramon, I need to get to 100 to 500,000 in revenue. They're a full-time entrepreneur like myself. They have a small team, 2 or 3 or 4 freelancers who work with them on a variety of things, social media, video editing, but maybe an executive assistant. That's the world I'm in, and I'm very happy. Pay myself regularly, provide it for my family. And we serve the bulk of those audience. But then there's those who are a bit higher on the scale, $800,000, $1 million, $2 million a business or more. People maybe like a Justin Conoco, maybe like some of you here. They're still interested in what we're talking about because we're sharing with them information, sharing with them tips, or they value the relationship, whatever it may be. But their business has grown a bit, but they still need help. They still write their checks. They're still in the streets, as my coach Lamar Tyler would say, and they're still grinding. So they still want to learn and connect. This is how you build a viable business. Do you know even who your audience is? Marilyn Westrop, glad you're here today on the Rundown with Ramon. listening to The Celebrity CEO. Emily Nichols Michelle affirmed this. Thank you, Emily, for being here. Content calendar is a must. Without a calendar, you'll be all over the place. Exactly. That's exactly what I'm trying to say, Emily. Come on now. Yes. Let's go. Everybody, my name is Ramon Ray. Welcome to the Rundown with Ramon. We got a few minutes to go in the show. Let me see if I can squeeze in 2 more things. And again, the purpose of the show is not to give you all the information you need. It's not to give you all the content you need. That's not my mission. That's not my skill set. But you know what we try to do? Give you a little dose, a little taste, a little nugget of inspiration. Then you can go forth in your day and pick up maybe one thing I talked about today and use that to take your business to the next level. Frustration isn't your stop sign. It's your growth signal. I got that from my coach, Lamar Tyler. And he could have got it from other people, but the principle is this. And we got that at zoneofgenius.com. Definitely you want to go to zoneofgenius.com as well and sign up. But here's the thing. When you feel frustrated, when you feel angst, oftentimes it's not because you're doing something wrong. It's not because what your idea was is failing. It's because now you're getting into the hard part. I just saw a video recently of a dive. Somebody who dove, I think it was 150 meters, something deep, where you have to hold your breath for like 4 minutes and 30 seconds, something like that, down and up. And he said the hardest part is not going down because you're free floating down. The hard part is going back up. When you're kicking against gravity, kicking against buoyancy. That's the hard part. Sometimes businesses like that. To start it off may be easy, but to get up every single day over and 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 show up, that's what makes it a little harder. When you don't see the nugget of hope, when you don't see the ray of light, when you don't see that sail as fast as you thought it would go in, can you still push and go on? Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Don't you give up. If you're on the right path, if you're on the right journey and still don't give up, you may have to pivot. You may have to change, but don't give up. Don't stop. Show up because we still need you. My name is Ramon Ray. This is the Rundown with Ramon, and I'm so glad you're here today. Ding, 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 as we close out today's show. 6 ways to launch your book on a budget. We're probably going to get back into this book writing, book authorship, book marketing. I had to sneeze, had to mute my mic real quick. Writing and publishing a book is an important way to get to the next level in marketing your business and marketing your brand. Everybody who wants to have a better marketing machine should consider having a book. Justin Conoco, do you have a book that you've written, brother? Do you have a book, Justin Conoco? Listen, everybody, it's been great being with you here today. My name is Ramon Ray. This is the end of our show, but I'll be back Rundown with Ramon. I'm glad you're here today. Glad you could spend time with me. Glad that you enjoyed the show. My number one goal is, did people laugh a bit with me? Did they have a good time? That's my number one goal. Second goal is, did they learn a little bit? I hope they did. I like to have fun. I like to laugh. That's how I'm built. That's how God made me. How did he make you? How did he make you, Alexandria? How did he make you, Emily? How did he make you, Justin? How did he make you, Julie? How did he make you, Deborah? We're all different. I'm glad you joined me here in the Rundown with Ramon. I am the Celebrity CEO. Get to know me better at celebrityceo.com as you build up a whole ecosystem to help you live your best life and start to grow your business. Glad you're here today, LaShawn. Thanks for being here. Thanks for those claps and flowers and hearts. I see it all. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next edition of the Rundown with Ramon. Be blessed and have a great day. That is the end of our show. Thank you so much for being here. Take care.